This
MacKinnon,
conference will now be recorded.
and I'm the Executive Director of Greater Fredericton Social Innovation. And basically, we are an umbrella organization that oversees our nonprofit community to provide innovative solutions and meet unmet needs and how we can help our community. So today I was asked to speak on one of our projects, which happens to be one of my favorite projects, and that is Civic Tech. Just going to, there we go. So Civic Tech Fredericton is an organization of volunteers that provide technical solutions to social issues. We are under the umbrella of Code for Canada, based out of Toronto. So basically, every Tuesday night, we have many volunteers from our tech sector who get together and provide solutions to our nonprofit community. So nonprofits come in, pitch ideas and pitch, problems that they have. And these are all volunteers, all these photos you can see from our IT sector. We have a variety of different skill sets, everywhere from data analysis, project managers, marketing programmers, developers, data scientists, network engineers, software security people. So there are quite a few volunteers. And we find that a lot of the people in our tech sector want to give back to community, but they really don't want to sell like raffle tickets or work a registration booth or that kind of thing. So they want to use their skills and expertise. So we've been going since November of 2017 in Fredericton. And we have people from all over the world who are part of our Civic Tech volunteers. Quite a few of them have come to town on skilled workers permits or what have you. And all of the centers in the city that provide employment services for new Canadians are aware of Civic Tech, and they send them to us on Tuesday night. We have a number of Civic Tech volunteers who will help them ensure their resumes are, the languages is relevant to local IT companies. And so more than half of our Civic Tech volunteers are new Canadians, and almost all of them have found really gainful employment through their relationships at Civic Tech. So there are Civic Techs right across the country in just about every municipality. We were the first in Atlantic Canada, and St. John has just started, which is really great. And I have an objective to grow Civic Techs across Atlantic Canada. Would love to see more of us working collaboratively. Everything that Civic Tech develops is free and available to community, and we share all the code and all our information with all other Civic Techs across the country. Civic Tech organizers get together every 6 weeks on a conference call, and we talk about the projects we're working on. So some of the nonprofits who we've done some work for, there's just a list of some of them. Sometimes a nonprofit will come in and talk to us about an issue they're having, and the team will say, you really haven't defined the problem yet, and they'll give them some advice on where to go back and look and actually pinpoint what exactly they're trying to accomplish. Sometimes the Civic Tech team will go, Facebook can help you with that. Sometimes the projects that are pitched are not really something that Civic Tech wants to take on. So I have to really vet the people who come in to pitch projects to make sure that it's not a commercial solution that the team is developing for, that it is for a nonprofit community. We had somebody recently come in to pitch for us to create an app where people can find defibrillators in the city, which is a great idea, but the team was mostly concerned about the liability with that. Sometimes defibrillators may be in a building that's closed after 5 p.m. and the app sends somebody there in a state of emergency, and that would not be the best solution. And also, we have no way of knowing if people are keeping the batteries updated and that kind of thing. So the team decided, not to develop the defibrillator mapping application. So just to give you some ideas of some of the projects that we've worked on. Our very first project that we worked on was the Riverwatch mobile application. So this gentleman here is Bernie Connors, and he works for GONB. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the tall guy with the beard and glasses. And he pitched this project. He's been a volunteer with Civic Tech from day one. He's a geospatial guy. So our Riverwatch team with the province had a website, but didn't have it mobile friendly. So Bernie pitched the project to us, and the team worked on the project, and he actually did not send the information up the chain that a bunch of volunteers were actually going to create this mobile application. So the team knew that while they were developing the application, it may get refused by the province. But as it turned out, it did not. And the next thing, we had the, in this photograph here, we had the public health and safety minister arrive, the head of emergency measures. We had global news. So this was our big coming out for Civic Tech. And they use the app. They've taken on the tool, and we've done some updates over the past couple of years. We launched this application just prior to our first record-setting floods that happened in the spring of 2018. So another project that we're working on is the Caring Calendar. It came from, I was on the committee for the Mayor's Task Force on Homelessness, where we brought together about 40 some odd different people from different faith-based organizations. And we mapped out the services they provide to people in the circumstance of poverty. And what we realized on this day is that they needed a tool to help them coordinate their services. Sometimes churches in the same neighborhood were doing kind of the same services on the same day, but because they were different denominations, they did not have an opportunity to share information with each other. So this event actually also included our mosque and synagogue, so that was really fantastic day. So this was an ongoing project with the Civic Tech team. We've created the Caring Calendar. So this Caring Calendar is specifically for our service providers in the city that provide services to people in need. So it does three things. It helps us to identify gaps. It helps us to, the amount of work our faith-based groups do to support people in the circumstance of poverty in our communities is really colossal, like everything from taxes and laundry and showers and food and vouchers and housing. And so what we realized is that sometimes people show up and they may have missed the time frame to do laundry and what have you. So the Caring Calendar is also used as a referral tool, and really helps us to identify gaps and for our faith-based community and other service providers to share information. This was a really interesting project. We spend a lot of time coordinating the tool and working with the users of the tool to ensure that it's going to be user-friendly and meets, good design standards and what have you. Initially, we thought that the people who attended that event would be the users. They were mostly ministers, priests, and the imam and that type of thing, but they were not actually the users. Their administrative staff were the users. So we've learned a good lesson of making sure we really work closely with our partners when we're developing an application for them. So the cool thing about the Caring Calendar is that Civic Tech Ottawa and St. John and Toronto and Waterloo region are going to be implementing this tool also. Project the team is currently working on is with our food bank. It's called the Meal Planner. This tool is will enable the Greener Village to provide a service to their clients that they serve, which are, you know, thousands, to help them budget, plan healthy meals. And this tool also, we've been working with the Food Centers of Canada. So this one has some legs that we'll be able to share, hopefully, with all the food centers across the country, because none of them have a meal planning tool. So, and this one's linked to a grocery store database, so it helps people budget. And some of the things, you know, instead of buying like a breast of chicken, if you buy a whole chicken, you can maybe make that into 3 or 4 meals versus a chicken breast can only be 1 meal. So there's a lot of tips and tricks and stuff in that. So some of the other things our team does, our data people do, is work on data visualization, and we enter competitions in the Fredericton area in order to afford our pizza budget, because I have to have pizza here on Tuesday nights. So there's some examples of some of the projects that the team has worked on as far as data visualization. And I'm just going to focus on one of them. This one is called Getting Seniors There. Our Civic Tech team looked at the role our transit system plays in social isolation of older adults. And they looked at a number of data sets from the Fredericton Open Data Portal and GONB, and using Esri Demostats and Census Plus tools. They looked at the, I guess over to the right is our transit system, and mapped out where the majority of older adults live in 2018, and then projected into the future, into 2028, and identified a 10-year plan for our city to work on updating the bus stops, making sure that they're fully accessible, you know, sloped sidewalks, shelter, a bench, that type of thing that will help and encourage seniors to ride the bus, and also help with snow clearing snow and what have you for planning for the next 10 years. So this was a really cool project. We work quite a bit with our city of Fredericton. They're big supporters of Civic Tech. We actually have the head of IT and their open data portal guy who are big supporters. And so this is the Civic Tech team that worked on the meal plan, the Getting Seniors There. And we won second prize and got $1,500. So that supported our pizza budget for a year, which was great. We also enter hackathons. We've raised the bar in our community as far as, you know, teams must bring their A game now if Civic Tech's involved. We entered a hackathon last year, or I guess it was a year and a half ago, looking at the sensor data that our city has been collecting. They have sensors all over the city, and our team worked on a thing called Pool Watch, and it was actually feeding to a dashboard by the end of the 12-hour hackathon, feeding to the dashboard, measuring the alkaline and chlorine and water quality and what have you, using the sensor data coming from our many pools in the city. So that was a really great day, and we won some money there to help support for pizza, and actually 2 businesses branched off from this hackathon. So that was very good. So we do get a lot of support from our municipal government. On the bottom right and the bottom left and top left, you see our mayor, Mike O'Brien. He drops into Civic Tech quite often. Actually, it's quite funny. On the bottom left, there's Nikolai and Ilya. Both those gentlemen are volunteers from Civic Tech, and both from Russia. And they were joking with the mayor, saying they could help him with the election. So that was quite a good time. And the picture in the middle is our MLA, Stephen Horseman. He drops in. And then over on the right here, the Civic Tech team, I think just after Christmas, we're honored with a volunteer recognition award, and for the amount of for newcomers, for the amount of work we do to embrace newcomers in our community. And like I said earlier, CivicTech is like a family. At least once a year, we'll have a potluck where people bring dishes, from their native countries. We had a big barbecue at the beach last summer because, we have the Egyptians and the Brazilians chirping on who the best barbecuers are. So we had to go to task with that. But we really are like a family. And I joke that I'm the mom. And anyway, so we look after each other, we support each other when newcomers. We had one gentleman from Nigeria who was having his first child here, and we had a baby shower for him, make sure he had all the materials that he needed. So we average anywhere from 5 to 30 volunteers every week. We communicate using Slack. Not everybody attends the meetings in person, but they're definitely very active on our Slack channel and taking on projects. And so I want to thank, I always have to just take a minute to thank the City of Fredericton, the Fredericton Community Foundation, REMSoft, and the Windsor Foundation who support the activities of CivicTech. So I always just like to put a little plug in and a big thanks to them. And that's the end of the presentation. So I would be interested if you have any questions or anything you're specifically interested in with this great movement.
Yeah, I have a quick question for you, Sandi. I really appreciated your presentation. I think it's amazing what you're doing, and I look forward to hearing more updates about the amazing projects that your Civic Tech is completing. But you mentioned that you seem kind of like a mom to the group. Can you tell us a bit more about what exactly your role there is? Are you a programmer? Are you a facilitator? Just tell us more a bit about what you do exactly with Civic Tech Fredericton.
So I'm the organizer, and Code for Canada came to town in the summer of 2017, and I was invited to a presentation up at Planet Hatch, and they were looking for a champion to pull this off in the Fredericton area, and I raised my hand. And so I organized Civic Tech. It is a project underneath GFSI. Greater Fredericton Social Innovation, who is my employer, because we are really focused on civic engagement, and this is a perfect place for us to be. So I'm the organizer of Civic Tech. I ensure that we have a space and pizza. I manage our website and just keep everybody coordinated, vet people that come in, and just provide that really warm touch. I bought winter boots for people that did not have, because they just came to Canada. So everything from like that kind of mothering to making sure that that we have enough funds to pull off the project for the year. Civic techs across the country struggle because they work, I feel bad sometimes because they struggle to connect and get the attention of their municipality. And, there we are tweeting pictures of us and our mayor dropping by. And they also struggle with having a consistent organizer. The model across the country has been they partner with a tech company for a month. And so they'll host their Tuesday meetings at the tech company, and that tech company will provide a meal or some pizza or something for the volunteers to eat. And then the next month they go to another tech company. So the logistics of that is a lot. So the Civic Tech model in Fredericton is they've, they're underneath the umbrella of a registered charity, which is GFSI, and we take care of the bookkeeping and the fundraising and all the logistics. And we have a home, which is the space I'm sitting in now, and the space you can see in this photograph is the nonprofit resource center, which is supported by the Windsor Foundation. So we've minimized a lot of the busy work. And on the last team call, and I was in Toronto just before COVID hit, to give to show our model here in Fredericton, because I believe that the civic techs across the country could really minimize this busy work, because they have a problem finding a consistent organizer. That if they would partner with a United Way or a nonprofit, because they will they can you provide us the space and we can use your charitable number, and maybe your bookkeeper can handle our accounting and that kind of stuff. So we have a bit of a different model in Fredericton. So I hope that answers your question. I might have gone a little further, but I just wanted to make the point that the model in Fredericton is not exactly the way the model is across the country.
Hi there, Sandy. It's just Gordon Smith here. Great presentation. Thanks very much, and really interesting work connecting tech with immigrants and newcomers and things like that. So is there kind of a, like you talk about it as a national organization, and say somebody was thinking, oh, this is kind of an interesting model here, want to explore it a little bit further, maybe look at setting something up. Is there some like supports from that sort of broader organization to help somebody explore that question and look at those models and things?
Yes, definitely Code for Canada. They have a full toolkit that can help you get set up, and they don't have funds, but you know, we really benefited a lot once we were ramping up and learning a lot about, you know, code of conduct and how to organize a meeting and that kind of stuff. So they do, Code for Canada does have a complete toolkit. And if it's in Atlantic Canada, I would really, you know, encourage people to lean on me. I really want, I would love to see every organization and every municipality and community in Atlantic Canada have a Civic Tech. I would do whatever I could to get them going. And St. John just got started, and really the catalyst for that was one of, actually two of our Civic Tech volunteers here moved to St. John. And so that's how it happened. Halifax had a couple of like non-starters. They had a couple of meetings, and you just need to have the right person who will, you know, who will continue to promote it and what have you. So I met with a gentleman while I was in Toronto in early March who had started, tried to get it going in Halifax, but he wasn't the right person. I told him that you're not the right person because you're not kind of all in. So it takes that kind of commitment. So, you know, Lena, I would love any time to give any advice offline to anyone who wants to set one up in their community, and would definitely reach out to Code for Canada. So Justin has a question. Are there any processes or guidance provided to project partners to move solutions applications from project phase to ongoing operation, maintenance, and support? Yes, so I'm going to try to answer that, Justin. Yes, I'll share my contact information, but you could just go to CivicTechFredericton.com, and that anything from there will get to me, or socialinnovationfredericton.com. That will definitely get to me. So we do provide from the project phase to ongoing operation and maintenance and support. We have like Scrum leaders, project managers, we have process, we have product development processes. And with each organization that we develop with, we provide maintenance and support on the tool on an ongoing basis. So we've done that. Each project is unique depending on who the user is. So with Meal Planner, with our Greener Village, we will continue to maintain that. With the Caring Calendar, it is hosted. The City of Fredericton provides us with, we develop using AWS mostly, Amazon Web Services, and the City of Fredericton hosts our technology at no charge. That's part of their contribution, and we're so grateful for them. And some of them, like the Riverwatch mobile, we maintained it for 2 years, and then the province just took it on, so that was great. And the other question, have any projects led to organizations or municipalities changing or improving their data collection methods or capabilities? Yes, so the only municipality that we work with is Fredericton. And as far as data collection and our open data portal, Rob Lunn, who runs the data portal at the city, is like a real innovator. And what I didn't talk about here is a project we're working on right now is the nonprofit data collaboration project. It was part of their Smart Cities Challenge. We were finalists in the National Smart Cities Challenge application, of which CivicTech was a partner, and Greater Fredericton Social Innovation. So the nonprofit data collaboration project is something we're working on, and we're in the process of creating the Prosperity Hub. And so we haven't really had to teach our municipality team anything, but we've definitely worked closely, and Rob comes to our meetings. The head of innovation, Adam Bell, also attends our meetings and meet with our data scientists. We have people from the Institute of Research, Data and Training, so it's really more collaborative. I'm not sure how much they would have learned each other, but collection methods is really important, and data standards is something that the team focused on last winter, is creating data collection standards and parameters across. So we're working on promoting that with our nonprofit community. I hope that answered your question, Justin. I'm not very technical. There's my email address, info@socialinnovationfredericton.com. And my cell phone number is area code 506. But if anybody at any time would like to learn more about Civic Tech or want to get going, just send me a text. We can set up a meeting. That would be awesome. Any other questions? Okay, well, I'm not sure how we should wrap this up. Do you guys continue to have a meeting now? Or was this it? Like, should I
think this was it, was the focus of it. I'm not sure if there is a moderator on the line. So hearing none, at least I'll jump on and just kind of say thanks very much, Sandi. Really, really interesting. Lots of interesting information and things to think about there. And I think, as I said earlier, the really interesting link into the Immigrant Newcomer Network. I think that's a really powerful thing you're doing. So thanks very much, and very, very much appreciate your time to show this to us. And I'm going to leave thinking about some stuff.
Yes, well, thank you very much. Civic Tech is one of my favorite things to talk about. So, and the fact that we've become a real home for our newcomers has been just an added bonus. So I'm going to X out of the meeting, and thank you guys very much for your time. And please, at any time, reach out to me. I would love to see more of us in Atlantic Canada collaborating. I think it'd be fabulous. Okay, bye, y'all. Thanks.
Bye.